to use my little spectacles. Well, I thought I had my phone turned in. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Never mind.
Yeah, you gotta do the
I'm
whole
so good at this phone stuff. Super good at it. Now I gotta get my chat pulled back up. There we go. I got the right. I got the right button finally pushed now. Okay. Ah, Sticky's here. Hey, Sticky.
Hey, Stig. How you doing, buddy?
Did you have a good day today, Stig?
We're just giving the shop air conditioner a little time to cool off because I forgot to have Mrs. turn it on earlier today. I didn't think about it.
I dropped the ball, I think.
It's ultimate humid today. I don't know what the humidity is.
Oh, it's like 80%. I mean, that's what it said on the news when I watched the weather this morning.
It is 31 degrees Celsius.
31
Right.
Celsius
In here.
in here
Yes.
with outside anyway is something like 75, 80% humidity.
Yeah.
So
Oh, it's
yeah.
horrible outside.
Stig, doing good. Hope you did too. Okay, yeah, we're good, Stig, except it's sticky and it's stormy this afternoon.
Hey, Batman.
So, yes, Batman's here. He went and made him some coffee, so he's ready to go.
Hey, Belinda Southern. Oh, no, that's Mrs. S.
Mrs. S
Yep,
is here.
Mrs. S is
Hey, girl.
How y'all doing?
I had her on one of my love notes to say hi to because I thought she was just going to be watching. Me and her was texting earlier, and I didn't think that she was. She told me she'd be watching, but I didn't think
Oh,
she
good.
could chat.
Good,
so
good.
we're so happy that she's here. That's exciting. I'm gonna mark her off. I got my little love note thing here of some people I want to say hi to before you get started. Then I'm gonna get out of your way. Where is Lammy? I want to talk to Lammy.
He'll be around. He come dragging in here, man. I'm gonna get another one of these. You only put me in two, right?
Do you want me to, when I leave?
Yeah, we bring
You want me
one
to,
back.
how many you want me to bring you back?
Two. Hey,
Two
Mark
more?
Hodgin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Mark Hodgin. Hey, honey.
Hey, I watched your video today, Mark. Yeah, I thought you did fantastic.
I thought you did amazing.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, Mark, when a few more people get here, I would love it if you would put your link in. I know that I can do it, but I'm not real good at it, so I'd prefer you do it. So yeah, you just, whenever you're ready, stick your link in. Because your song sounded awesome earlier today. And cheers to you.
Cheers. We
Bat-
don't want to be angry.
Batman says we're both looking great, honey.
Oh, I got something for
hanging in
Batman.
What you got for Batman?
Just so they don't start ragging on me here in a minute.
Oh yeah, he's already said you got to get
So,
the safety gear on, or he was going
I
to
got
bring down
my
the thunder.
OSHA approved safety glasses that have my prescription in them that are tinted specifically for doing this kind of work. So I'll be wearing these. And I raided my flight locker at work today and brought home a brand new, slightly used,
Slightly.
unserviceable by aviation standards welding gloves / flight gloves.
Good.
That way I don't get burnt.
Batman's going to be very proud of you. Go ahead, sir.
Got the AC going so we don't have to worry about heat stroke. So all's
Yeah.
well.
It's a little sticky, but Phil, hey honey.
Hey, Phil.
Good to see you. Phil, I hope the eyes and the nose are better. They've had high pollen over there, and he's,
Oh wow.
yeah, he's had some trouble.
I had some trouble this week too. Our pollen's horrible. You would think the rain would knock it down. No, it don't. I think it makes it worse.
No,
But-
it really doesn't, but it keeps coming, you know,
Yeah,
rain and
it
then
won't go
more
away.
pollen, so. Nice, you are safe. Yeah, Stig, he's gonna be safe this time.
Yeah.
Safe, Batman said this earlier, today, safety is not third,
No,
right?
safety's not
You
third
can't,
today.
you can't be losing fingers.
No. I kind of need those for what I did.
Yeah, actually, I was talking to Lammy earlier on PM, and he said the exact same thing, where we were talking about the same thing. You're a pilot, you can't lose fingers, you gotta have those.
Yeah.
Oh yes, everybody, everybody please say hi to Belinda Souther for us. That is Michael S.'s wife, is who that is. I should have said that earlier. I'm sorry, Belinda. I assume everybody talks to you as much as I do, so I forget.
Yeah, and today, when I get this machine out and start playing with it, I hope I can. I hope everything came in the box so I can actually use it today. I really hope so. But I was watching some videos on some other guys, that had the same machine that were trying it out in their workshop, and their power supply wasn't quite heavy enough to handle the load. I think mine will be, but in case of a total electrical failure, I did get a flashlight, so I can make my way out of the shop to go turn the breaker back on that's at the house. So actually, there's two. There's one here and one down there. The last time lightning struck, it blew them both. Actually, I think we were on stream when it did that.
Yeah, I think, well, one time we were, but I don't know
I think we were
which time it was.
I think we were streaming the last time the power went out here, and come to find out, it was the circuit breaker at the house. So, yeah.
So we may be in the dark for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Y'all just have to hang on.
I got my flashlight ready.
Speak of the devil, do you see who's here?
Michael S.
Michael S. is here.
Welcome.
Belinda's husband.
Are you off work yet, or are you still working?
That man is never off work.
No.
He literally works more hours than anybody I know. And that
Roll
is
Tide.
real. Roll Tide, baby, roll Tide. Yes, he works a lot. I mean, like mega hours. Before I forget, I want to say this real quick because he said this earlier on 88 Keys Discord chat, and I at least wanted to say hi to him. I think he watches every replay. So, hello, Kevin Godding.
Hey, Kevin.
He can't be here. It's late for
Oh, I
him.
understand. It's late for
Yeah,
you.
and
It's
he-
like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, and he had to go to
That's
work
cool.
early in the morning, but he made sure to say he was going to watch the replay. So it's good to see you tomorrow. I guess you'll see us tomorrow, but it's good to see you. All right, let me mark this off.
I don't know what's gotten on me. My sinuses are killing me all of a sudden. Nose is itching.
Well, there's a lot of, machine dust and stuff out here that may have something to do with it.
Yeah, it's not real surgically clean in here.
Well, looky there.
Choroidal.
There's choroidal.
Choroidal. I say that wrong every time. Choroidal.
Hi, sweetheart. It's
Okay.
good to see you.
We're going to take 2 minutes so Captain can learn how to say this name.
Choroidal.
Choroidal.
Yeah.
Choroidal.
Also known as the bad boy. He's the bad boy.
Yeah.
He always
He is
has
somewhat of a
cheeky.
heathen.
He's a heathen.
Yeah.
He always has cheeky jokes, but he knows we love
There's
him.
Rita.
We love
Hi, Rita.
Rita. I've been missing Rita.
Yeah, I have to.
But she's probably not going to be able to chat much. I think she still has company.
Yeah.
Hello to your friend that is visiting there. We were PMing earlier, and she said that she's been having company, and I've been missing Rita. I've been missing her a lot.
Well, we'll get started here in a minute.
Yeah.
And for Michael S., you're probably more familiar with what I'm working with than anybody in here. I'd be interested to get your feedback of what you think about this little machine. I've been needing a plasma for quite some time, and here a while back, I got the old work truck that's outside, so gracefully parked out in front of the shop. And
Looks sexy.
it came down from higher up that needs to go away as soon as possible, and I didn't really have any way to cut it up, so I told Mrs. I need to get a torch or something, and I've been wanting a plasma anyway, so I went ahead. Harbor Freight dropped the price of this little machine by like what is it, $350, $300, whatever.
Yeah, we got a good deal.
And we pulled the trigger on it, so we went and got it yesterday, and haven't even opened it. I'm going to open it up here in just a minute and see if everything's there, and if it's all there, we'll set it up. And I've got several different thicknesses and several different types of steel. I want to see how it cuts.
Let me say this. Corona is giving you kudos. He says roll tide, by the way, roll
Roll
tide.
Tide.
So Batman also says roll tide. Choroidal.
Choroidal.
But see, you just messed up because he said, here, Captain, you nailed it. Choroidal. Write it down like how you'll know. Okay, anyway. Batman, is anyone still recovering from the 4th? We didn't cut up too much on the 4th. I had, Stig, I see you too. I had
That's how you say it.
Is that how you will know it?
Choroidal.
Choroidal. Choroidal.
Choroidal.
We gonna get it.
I got it.
Hey, this just went away. It's just,
It's okay.
is it
Yeah,
okay?
it's all right.
Okay. On the 4th, I'm sorry, I was telling them about the 4th. I had puppies to console. They absolutely hate the fireworks, and in the neighborhood, they went on till pretty late last night, honestly. Matter of fact, neither one of us got much sleep, did we?
No, I'm
But
dragging ours
it
today,
it
let me
makes
tell you
our
guys.
dogs so nervous, so.
The last thing I heard was at 1 o'clock this morning, it sounded like a bomb went off. And I guess that was the grand finale of the neighborhood, so.
Maybe, so
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that late.
Yeah, and I forgot to set my alarm, so I woke up at 4:30. I usually get up at 3:30 because that's when I practice my piano. But I woke up, it was 4:30, so it was like the triple S, like right now. And but anyway,
Rita and her friend are watching.
oh, how Rita and your friend?
Yes,
How Rita's
we're
friend?
so glad, we're so glad.
But
Cut that truck up like cardboard.
I saw that Phil, yeah.
Phil says, plasma, I missed that part. Plasma cutters are fantastic. Cut that truck up like cardboard.
Yeah, they
Yes.
are. I've
Yes.
actually had a plasma before. I had a, I think it was a thermodynamic. I think that's what it was, but it was an old machine and it would barely cut a 1/4 inch thick steel. So I sold it years ago when I sold my other shop, and I just never did replace it. So, but now we got one, and the reviews and the videos that I've been watching, this thing's supposed to be the cat's ass. We're gonna find out. So
I'm gonna cut out of here pretty quick.
there's Lammy.
There's Lammy. I wanted to talk to you before I left, and I'm gonna get out of your way, okay?
All right.
Lammy! Hey, sugar. Look at what shirt I'm sporting today. And I'll tell Lammy the same thing I told Mark Hodgin in a minute. Lammy, here in a minute, will you please put in your link? Another amazing musician, man, if anybody watching, I know you have a lot of lurkers that don't sign in, so anybody that's watching.
Yeah, a lot of guys from work, they'll alert, but they won't.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, they don't want to
Yeah,
comment. That's okay.
that's fine, but,
Yeah.
anybody who really enjoys amazing guitar playing, you'll really need to hit the link, and sub to Lammy. He's amazing. He puts on a wonderful show.
Howdy, Dutchman.
Light show. Hey, Dutchman. The light show, smoke, and he does games. It's a wonderful
There you
show.
go. Thank you,
It's a
Lam.
wonder- Thank you, Lammy.
And
Thank you.
can we still get these shirts and stuff on Stream Elements?
I think so.
Because my shirt is wore out.
It is. His don't even, well, like a little bit of the print, but
Yeah.
most of the print's actually worn off because he wears his so many times, so much.
Yes, I'm gonna try to buy some more. Phil, a 1/4 inch is pretty thick for that. It is. Actually, for that machine, 1/4 inch was pretty much the maximum. This machine this company claims that this machine will cut a 1 inch thick piece of steel. I don't have a 1 inch thick piece of steel, but I do have a 1/2 inch thick piece of steel, and I have a 3/4 inch thick piece of aluminum. So, all right, thanks, Lammy.
Yeah, we're gonna order some more of those. Lammy.
So, and
Oh, Steve's calling you out. I'm about to get out of here.
Uh,
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
I know that's what
Yeah.
Steve means.
Aluminium.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Tell your story.
But I know my old plasma would cut twice as thick aluminum as it would I knew you were going to do that to me. Colloidal. Is that right?
Yes.
Colloidal.
Corroidal.
I got it wrote down right here.
Corroidal. That's the way he remembers it. No. Corroidal. The answer is no. He'll never get that one. No. Good luck. Who the hell knows? I'm going to study that. I don't even know exactly what the hell that is. He's messing with you. He's messing with you. He's
Yeah.
messing with you.
Looks like some kind of disease.
Some kind of STD. Hey, knowing him,
Knowing him.
knowing Corroidal, I guarantee you. Okay, and don't let Mark Hodgin forget whenever he's ready to put in his link. Maybe he's not ready. Maybe he doesn't want to.
Well, he's always welcome to. He's a mod on the channel. He can put it in anytime he wants.
Yeah, that's right.
But
Let's leave it
I
there.
enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed watching it.
Batman wants to know what the flag is.
Ah, the flag. Okay. Forgot to mention the flag of the week that's been up there for
Oh, yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah, a little longer.
Let me move my big head out of the way so you can see.
Oh, yeah, me too.
All right, so it says U.S. Army Aviation, Fort Rucker, Alabama, and our motto here at Fort Rucker is above the best. And I'm flying that flag kind of in a semi-protest.
It's a protest.
It's a protest, yeah, because they changed the name from Fort Rucker. Fort Rucker, I'll just quick back history. Rucker was a Confederate general, to the best of my knowledge. I might be wrong on that, but anyway, well, here in the United States, we're doing some pretty stupid stuff right now politically, and anything Confederate they're trying to erase like it never happened. So they went around, it does work, Thornton, I can tell you. But they went around to all of the posts that were named after anybody Confederate, and they rechanged the names. Well, the history on that, back in the 1800s, after the Civil War and all that, the reason the names were Confederate generals is because most of them were down here in the South. And after everything switched over and the invasion from the North took place and we took a break, they decided that these posts would be very quickly built. And they were. They built them in like weeks. So instead of taking the time to research names and all of that stuff, they just decided to use Confederate general names, and that's how we ended up with Fort Rucker, Fort Bragg, and a few of them. There's a slew of them,
Yeah.
and they changed like, I don't know, 10 names of them. So I'll never say Fort Novosel, even though Jay Novosel is a war hero. He was a UH-1 pilot in Vietnam. If you've ever read the book Dust Off, it's a story about Jay Novosel. And he, in fact, was a hero.
Which you own and have read
Which
several
I have read
times.
several times. It's a fantastic book. But, love Jay Novosel, but this is Fort Rucker. And if they wanted to name Novosel, a post over Novosel, they should have opened a new one. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
They should have left things alone.
Enough.
Yeah.
Enough.
Anyway,
we're
I'm off
going
the
to
soapbox.
digress. And I'm going to get up your way. I'm
All
going to
right,
say
guys.
one more thing. She's not here. I was hoping to see her. I've been thinking about her all day. So, did you see on 88 Keys Discord that Trina got her, Katrina Dennison, she got
I
a
did-
good
I
review.
did see that.
She was concerned that she's got a new job for
Yeah.
a few months back.
Yeah,
And
shout out Trina.
Yeah, shout out to her. You did a good job,
Good job.
sister. And I knew she would, so I'm happy about that. There's Bob. Hey,
Hey, Bob.
sweetheart. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna let you do your thing.
Get me another.
Oh, I will bring you a couple of beers, and what else do you need?
That's it.
Okay,
All right.
I'll
Bye.
be back. Guys, I'm not leaving y'all. I'll be on the chat though, okay? I don't want to get in the way of what Captain's doing, and I don't want to lose any fingers in the process. So, all right, I'm going. I'll bring you beer right back, okay?
Yeah. All right. Okay. Now that's just us girls talking. So what I have bought, you can see in the background there. I'm gonna turn this where you guys can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Move it out of the way. So this is the new plasma. So let me get my razor knife and we'll start opening it up and see what's in it. It is the Titanium Plasma 65 converter power source. So I've never used one of these. Well, I've used a plasma, but I've never used one like this. So I don't know what to expect. We're all gonna figure it out together, I guess. So let me move the camera just a touch closer so you guys can see what I'm doing. Guess we'll figure out how to open it. One razor knife, ready to go. And I will say they don't want you getting in it. I need a chainsaw. This is ridiculous. And I don't want to just cut into the box because I know how the importers like to pack stuff up. It's very, very easy to cut something inside.
Can't be on the camera. Come on, Bubs. Your delivery.
Thank you.
Okay. You on the chat, babe?
All right.
Come on down. Come on.
Sorry about that. I had a special delivery. But anyway. Hey, CNK. Good to see you, buddy. You just missed her. She went back in the house. of styrofoam. So here's the torch. This is the part that does the actual cutting, right here. And I'm not a big fan of these guards at all, but I'm going to try it with that guard on. I don't have any nozzle tips any bigger or smaller than what came with it, so we'll see how it works, and we'll go from there. Hopefully everything is here so that we can try it out here in a minute. I actually did a pretty good job packing it up. This is the earth, or we call it a ground, but I know you guys call it the earth over there. And this will hook up to the part we're going to cut. And it completes the circuit when I pull the trigger. See how long it is. Usually they come up short on this. They usually give you a real short extension, but I'm looking at probably, I don't know, 6 feet. So that'll be handy. Set that right there for now. Oh yeah, cool. Actually, I stand corrected. It came with some replacement consumables. And what these are larger and smaller sized. Well, actually, no, they're not. They're the same size. But that's okay. These are the consumables. This is the parts that wear out as you cut. They get messed up and you have to replace them. I think they're all the same size, but I can't really see. I can't tell what size that is. But I'll look into that later. One power cord. Okay, so I can already see and I don't like these at all, so I probably won't use it. What this is a 110 to 220. Here in the United States we have 110 volts and we have 220. It's actually 115, 30 or 40, whatever it is, but anyway, most of our stuff is 220 or 110. I wish it was standardized like you guys, everything 220 or 40 or 30 or whatever you guys use. Alright, that's what I was hoping for. So it did come wired with the 220 outlet. This is what our plugs look like over here. You got the ground, hot, and neutral. Actually, no, it's not hot, and brown. I'm sorry. Yeah. And it's got a warning label, but we'll go ahead and take care of that right now. Don't need no warning label. Smash lock out the use adapter for 120% correct. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. See if I can get it out of the box. Plasma 66 owner's manual. I'll look at that here in a minute and see if anything applies. Yeah, 6 feet of earth lead and an 8-inch power. That's usually the way it goes. I'm actually surprised that this looks like about a 10-foot power lead. Yeah, stretching that out. It's 8 feet anyway. That's an arc stretch. I was just reading what you were saying, Lammy. Yes, that's correct. I gotta be careful how I word things. Alright, we don't need that anymore. Alright. Turn around so you can see it. They have a, oh yeah. That's funny. Setting up the compressor's air. Compressor's output air, pressure regulator between 80 and 100. Okay, so I have to be between 80 and 800, which means I'll have to tie into my mill because I'm like at 150 on my compressor. Down. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, the instructions are vague at best. Great. Anyway, so looks like this is the earth or the ground. So it's got like a twist block, so it goes in and twists to lock. It's easy enough. Alright, this is the torch end. And it's got all kind of probes on it. So I got it a little peg made so you can install it one direction. That's good. Alright. I'm not real sure what this is for. Huh. I have no idea. Hey, test. But let's see. I'm gonna put this cord on this side and walk around and plug it in. For the microphone? Yeah. It did, and I'm reading through it as I go, Dutchman, trying to cipher it all out. But I can tell you already, I'm gonna have to get a regulator for it because it doesn't come with a regulator. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'll tap into my milling machine, and of course this would be right in the if I can find. I don't know if that'll fit my air hose or not. Let's see. Yes. All right. So what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to unplug a line on my milling machine and hook in this adapter so that I can regulate the air pressure on the machine. So I guess I'll carry you guys over there and y'all can kind of hang out and watch me change this. I knew there would be something missing. There always is. So it is 60 amps, Dutchman. I think it's 60 amps. No, it's my milling machine is a 30 amp circuit breaker. The main circuit breaker for the shop is on a 200 amp, and then there's a 60 amp somewhere in there, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. So you guys can't see that for crap. Alright, what I'm going to have to do, so because they want you to run regulated air, what I'm going to have to do is unhook this and hook this here so that I can hook my air hose up to it. And I can can regulate it here because they didn't send a regulator with the machine. Imagine that. So we'll just disconnect that. And next week I'll probably get all the stuff, hook it up to where it's independent. And I don't have to depend on a regulator. That's right, I need air. I need air. Very badly. I'd get my fat ass in here. Take that off. Let me get some thread tape on this to seal it up. Let me plug it in and see if it leaks. Nope, no leak. Alright, where's the end of the hose? There we go. Alright. Alright, let me double check what that said on the regulator. Alright, according to this, we're looking at 80 to 110 psi. Okay, so on my regulator, I'm going to crank it up to, I'm going to go to 100 and see how that works. I can always add air pressure to it, but I think that'll work for now. Alright, back to the table. You gotta load your gun, Bob? What are you shooting? You shooting your fly gun? That thing is just cool. Alright, so we got power. Now we got it. Let me hook the air up. Now we have air. Alright. Alright, so it comes on. That's a plus. It cycles off. That's a plus too. So, let me read over before I pull the trigger on this, make sure I don't have anything hooked up wrong. Alright, power's on. 3, 4, output current 7, 8. Plate cutting indicator light. So, I will be cutting on plate. I'm not doing grid cuts. I'm doing plate cuts. Grid cuts means they're interrupted cuts. And all it does is when you let go of the trigger, it stops sending power to the electrode. We're not doing that. I'm cutting straight plate. So I'll be continuously cutting. I'll put current, 2065, lower current speed, circuit transistors, amperes, material, amperes. I'm looking to see if there's a chart in here for recommended thicknesses of the steel. Now, it's not very loud, Dutchman. This is all the troubleshooting crap. Usually there's, oh, there we go. No, that's a parts list. Usually in the back of these owner's manual, they gave me a wiring schematic. That's kind of scary. But anyway, usually they give you a chart for cut thicknesses and stuff like that. And I don't know if they would or not. So what I did, I made one today so I can log and figure out what this machine likes. So you can see the thickness. I'll write the thickness down here, like 1/8 inch, and then I'll figure out what amps it likes to cut the best. And then there's some other stuff here, but most of this is for CNC stuff. I don't have it right now. I just got the plasma. Just max it. Well, if I max it, it'll be like a cutting torch. It won't make a pretty cut, so I can't just max it. A V8 plasma, yeah, that would be cool. But at any rate, I'm going to start out with some aluminum, some thin aluminum that I've got, and we'll see how that cuts. I'll turn the camera around so you guys can see. Page 5. Okay, I'll check into that here in just a minute. You know I'm not going to check into that. And I do like the ground clamp. It's just big enough to clamp the square tubing. Oh, my buffeting? Yeah, the weather's crap here. I hadn't really thought that through yet, Batman. I know I've got to cut this old truck up, so that'll definitely be a plus having this plasma. I was just doodling around whenever we were talking earlier, and I did take an old lawnmower blade and I did draw out a knife blade. I may try my hand at making a knife if this machine cuts it. I really think it will, but we're gonna find out here at Rickety Tick. So I'm gonna start out. I want to start on about 35 amps. Actually, I want to start at 30 amps and see how it reacts to the aluminum. So, make those glasses. Turn the camera around where you guys can see. All right, there's a little plate I'm fixing to cut. So, I think what I'm going to do is just make some little hand cuts here just to see how the plasma, how it operates, and go from there. Hopefully I get everything grounded right. I think I'll just start right here. Wow, I get right through that. You know what? But as I suspected, I don't like that guard. So the guard's coming off. I'll freehand it. I don't like that trigger guard either. Wow. That quick. I'm going to drop the amperage down a little bit. Alright, I went to 20 amps. I'm going to see if it'll cut on 20 amps. I don't know if that's right or low or high or what, but here we go. Oh yeah, that made it better. Actually, the lower the amperage, the prettier the cut so far. All right, I just got a straight edge up here. We'll see how it does on a straight edge. All right, I can already tell on a drag cut, it doesn't like that. It does cut it, but at that low of amperage, it ain't liking it. Let me go back up on the amperage. Oh yeah, that worked out fantastic. Man, that is such a quick cut. That's the cut edge right there. Yeah, I did. Dutchman, I went a little bit fast on the drag cut at that low amperage, but I went about the same speed after I bumped the amperage up, and it did pretty good. And I'm not getting a lot of swerve on the back of it as it cuts through. Nothing that won't just flake right off. Well, it cuts aluminum pretty good. Let's see what else we can cut. I think this is an old piece of stainless. Yeah, it did. It looked pretty good, Swangen. It made a nice cut. I'm going to leave the amperage right where it's at on 35. It seems to like that on this thinner metal. So, I'll just do a freehand cut. Man, it cut through that like it was butter. Amperage on this one goes up to 65. 65 amps. Alright, I'll do a straight edge cut. That makes a nice cut on stainless. I like that. You never cut that good with a torch. There's no way. Well, you can't hardly cut stainless anyway. It just melts. But I will say I do not like the guard at all. It will not be going back on. So, all right, we've seen how to cut aluminum, and I don't know what gauge that is. Tell you what, to make it scientific, get my handy gauge measuring device, and we'll just see what thickness it is. And it's amazing, that's already cool to the touch. That's why I like the plasma. Alright, y'all can't see that. Alright, so the slide goes through 375,000. No, that's not right. 37.5 thousandths. That's 20 gauge. Okay. So 20 gauge stainless that cut with no problem. So this aluminum, that was 16 gauge aluminum. Cut through it no problem at all. And if you guys are asking me a question or something you really want me to say, just keep saying it. I try to keep looking up at the monitor as I can. Alright, I'm going to leave this gauge out because I want to know what we're cutting. So, what gauge is that? more 16 gauge. That's thin. I say we step it up to the next level. So now, this is just some square tubing that I had laying around. It is 14 gauge, a little bit thicker than that. Yeah, we're fixing to find out, Dustin. This is basically, I've got a piece of cold roll there, and I've got this tubing. I'm going to see if it'll cut through that. You know what? Let's see. Well, I'm going to cut it first. Yeah, it goes right through that. That is like no problem at all. Matter of fact, I could probably turn the amperage down a little bit. So that's definitely going to do it. We'll drop it down to 30 amps. Hang on, I got the wrong glasses on. Alright, here we go. That's quick. Yeah, it's cutting that no problem. Let's see if I can cut a hole. I'll use this as a guide. Perfect round hole. Yeah, so far I'm pretty happy with that. Not going to hold that, but yeah, so far this thing's doing fantastic. All right, let's see what this is. It looks like that's 11 gauge. That's an 1/8 inch. That's 125 thousandths. So that's an 1/8 inch piece of stainless. Let's see how it handles it. What I'll do a drag cut on this one, just like I did that other one. See how it handles stainless. Now the amperage is at 30, so we'll see how it cuts at 30. Yeah, 30 amps is a little bit low for that. I'm going to have to bump it up. I'll let the compressor stop and then we'll cut it. It shouldn't be a minute. Dutchman, I saw what you asked, and that's a very good question. I'm going to have to get on the internet and see if it, by chance, has anyone made a thickness chart with the amperage settings, you know, on this little titanium plasma cutter. I would imagine, they've been out for a while, I would imagine somebody has. But I got the amperage bumped up to 40. Let's see what this does. I got a little bit jerky with it. Had one little tack that didn't cut through, but it cut right through that stainless. I'm very happy with that. I can go with that all day long. Cool. All right, let's see if it'll cut a lawnmower blade. What'd she say? Yeah, I did too, Phil. I thought I'd have to mess with it a little bit more. I didn't grind a clean surface on this, so I don't know if that's going to ground or not, but I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to leave the settings right on 40. Matter of fact, let me adjust it slightly. Right on 40 amps. I'm going to see if it'll cut this blade. Yeah, cut right through it, no problem. And that, yeah, you can see the cut. It cut that pretty good. And again, I'm doing this by hand, so my hands are kind of shaky and whatnot. But we'll talk about the new, the next part of this plasma that I'm going to buy. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, on to something else. I got a couple of more pieces here to see how it does. I got a piece of hot roll steel here, just a piece of angle. I'd like to cut that and see how it does. Thank you, Mrs. And what I like about this is I can just set up a straight edge and follow with the plasma, and it gets a good straight cut. In fact, you guys can't really see that, but here we go. Yeah, I can't get down there to it. Yeah, I'm happy with it. That one was hot. So, it cuts hot roll, no problem. Now we're fixing to test the limit. So we've been steadily working our way up a little thicker at a time. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to have to get the sander out and clean this to where I can get a good ground. But I want to see if it'll cut this 1/2 inch thick steel. That I'm anxious to see. So, give me a good ground. I'm gonna knock off the, you know what, I'm not even gonna knock the rust off. I wanna see if it'll cut through it. And by the way, I unhooked the air pressure to it, and the machine automatically threw a fault code. It knew it didn't have air pressure. That's pretty cool. So, all right, I'm gonna bump the amperage up pretty high. I've got it on 60 amps. If it's gonna blow a breaker, this is where it's gonna do it. So. This is 1/2 inch thick, hot rolled. Yeah, make sure I move my foot. That's right. Yeah, it blows the sparks right down on you. So this is, like I said, this is 1/2 inch thick, hot rolled steel. So I have no idea if it'll cut it. We're about to find out. There you go. Now again, my hand was pretty shaky, and you're right, Twanjan, slow speed. Setting up and doing it like this is kind of hard to keep my speed consistent, just freehanding it. But, and you know, if I need to, I'll set up a block to where I can, you know, just cut across it and hold my hand on it, and as a guide. But yeah, it cut right through that. That's 1/2 inch thick hot rolled steel right there. You guys can see it. It cut right through it. Alright guys, I got one more piece of material that I want to do some testing with. Yeah, I'll take that all day long. Yeah, it is big. I'm very happy with it, and I'm glad the breaker didn't pop. So, on to the aluminum piece that I was telling you guys about. This is the thickest piece that I have, and I'm going to be straight up honest with you. I have absolutely no reason to cut this with a plasma. I really don't. I've got band saws and I've got other equipment that would be way more efficient. But I want to still do it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just take a straight edge and I'm going to cut right down through there and cut this bad piece off and just square it up. I'm going to leave the settings right where they were and go from there, see what happens. That ain't cutting that at 40 or at 60. Alright, we'll max out. See what it's got. So max out on amperage. Yeah, I don't like that thick aluminum. It will cut it, but I'll never cut that with the plasma. That's just too thick. That's maxed out on the machine. It's doing all it can. It can cut through it, but I can't hold my hand steady enough to allow the cut track to cut all the way through and keep it moving. So I won't be cutting any thick aluminum with it anyway. I just, like I said, I wanted to see if it would do it. So yeah, it'll do it. But you have to go way slow and everything has to be turned way up high. But yeah, it cut it. It just wasn't pretty. I'm gonna turn the amps back down to 40, and I want to see how it guides around something. So it's just a wooden block. I want to see if I can cut a hole through this aluminum. Yep. That worked pretty good. It's not perfect, but I'm using a wooden dowel to cut around. You can see where it gets hot. But yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a keeper for sure. Damn, it's smoking in here. So I'm very happy with the way it cuts. The quality of the machine seems to be pretty good, you know, really. I'll take you up on that, Stig. I am going to take the instructions with me to work tomorrow, and on my lunch break, of course, I'll read over some of this and see if I can find a chart that someone has made. All right, Dutchman, have a good one, man. Thanks for coming by. I would imagine someone has built some kind of chart to show you your feed rates and temperatures and amperage and all that, I'm sure. But overall, I'm really happy with the tool so far. I haven't used it at all other than in here in the shop, obviously, but I'm sure we'll get to that. So yeah, it makes the shop a little smoky. Not too bad, but you can definitely see there's smoke in here. Oh, that's pretty cool. So I just turned the machine off, and it does a cycle that runs to cool itself down, I guess. That's pretty cool. Of course, I might get me a cart to roll it around on. I'm not going to carry it everywhere I take it. But I'd say it's a success, and I'm happy with it. Yeah, it seems to be a great little plasma. It really does. I'm happy with it so far. I plan on putting it to use here shortly, in the near future. But anyway, well guys, there you have it. That's the new plasma, and I'm going to take the tip apart and see if it did any wear and tear on it. So basically this unscrews. That little tip comes off. And that's the actual working part right there. That's what makes the arc and all that little electrode. And you can see just from the cuts we made tonight, it has gotten dirty. There's some tracks. Damn, that wasn't even on there good. Anyway, there is a little bit of trash and stuff on there that I found with my other one, my other plasma that I had, that does burn off as you use it, so it's not that big a deal. But I had a little piece of trash down in that hole right there, and that's probably why I was having a problem with the aluminum. But I can use a tip cleaner and clean that out, and that'll be right back to normal. So. All right. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Thank you, Mrs. Thank you, Rita. It is a pretty cool tool. This is a standalone tool. I can use it strictly by hand to do everything that I need to do. It works fantastic so far. I'm sure you guys will see me use it in the future. But say that again. A little exercise costs out of interest. So the machine, I don't know if I'm answering your question right, Bob, but I bought the machine. The machine was originally $1,200, and they knocked off $300, and I got another discount because I use Harbor Freight so much. But at any rate, I ended up giving, I think we bought it for like $8.50, something like that. And I'm glad it went on sale, you know, because I've been watching them for a while. But at any rate, those are the part that I just showed you is a consumable part. They do go bad. They don't stay good forever. They do wear out. Get you guys where I can see you. But anyway, back to what Mrs. was alluding to. So, I don't know if any of you guys were with me, and I don't even know. Oh, I don't know, Bob. It wasn't the electricity. It was minimal. It wasn't enough to make a difference on my electric bill. I'd have to run a machine all day. But anyway, there's a company that I ran across in Canada that builds a component that is directly related to the plasma. And what it is, it's a machine in and of itself that you put your plasma on, and you instantly have a CNC plasma. And all of that shaking and all that I was doing while I was trying to cut and all that goes away. It's a self-contained CNC plasma cutter. And I'm sitting there trying to think of the name of it. I've been looking at them off and on all day long, and now I can't think of what the name of it is. What is the name of that? Arc something. ArcDroid. ARCDROID. You guys can look that up if you're interested. But ArcDroid. And it's just a very small, I would say, it's not any bigger than this machine. And it's got an arm that comes out that you put your torch on, and it moves around whatever you draw and program into the machine. It cuts automatically. It makes the cuts. They're fantastic. It's amazing how well they do. But at any rate, that is a machine that's coming in the future. I hope it's not too distant future, but you know, it's one machine at a time. These things are expensive, so yeah, our electric bill is usually pricey. It is, but we enjoy what we do. We have fun. Well, guys, that's going to wrap it up for the new plasma toy there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It's something to do anyway, you know. And it's always nice to visit with you guys and show you new things and all of that. But if anybody's curious, the little machine works great. I'm glad I bought it. No regrets. I can't wait to put it into use. I've got a few projects coming up where I'll be using it. It's kind of like the welder. It's not one of those things that is real interesting while you're working with it. It is what it is. It does what it does, and that's about it. Thanks, Phil. Thank you, Stig. Thanks, Mark Hodgen. Yeah, it is good to play with new toys. It is. I can't wait to get that other part of it, because that will really you'll really get the idea of what I can make with it. Right now, freehanding, it's pretty much just used to cut stuff up. But whenever you incorporate the CNC side of it, now we can make murals, signs, all kinds of stuff. It's endless. Thank you, Batman. So, I look forward to getting that up and running. Well, guys, I appreciate all y'all coming, and I can't possibly remember who all was here, but if you came and went, well, I'm glad you came by. Sorry to see you go, but I hope everybody has a good rest of their evening. And I'm gonna go in and see if I can find something to eat and chill out for a little bit. So, yeah, you guys come over to 88 Keys. I'll be on that as soon as I get in the house. I'll jump over there and say hi to you guys. But for right now, we're gonna let the smoke in the shop settle. It's really not that bad, but it is kind of smoky in here. It looks like Lammy's stream. He's gonna think I'm copying him. But anyway, all right, guys. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Batman. Thank you, Phil, Stig, Michael S, Mrs. S, all of you guys that were here. I really appreciate it. Peace out. All right. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for me. Get my phone to come back on. And like I said, I'm going to shut down here. I'll probably jump on 88 and talk to you guys for a little bit, those who are there. But anyway, that's going to do it for this stream. And as always, y'all have a great night. Love seeing y'all. And roll tide. Bye-bye.